Hey, so there are 6 characteristics of God described in chapter 8, including active and purposeful, rational, creative, moral, free and responsible, and faithful. As redemptive teachers, we're called to regularly implement these godlike traits in our character and teaching styles, and I find myself struggling the most with the concepts of rationality and morality. With this being said, it's hard for me to implement reason and no chaos in the classroom. I need to get better at being an authority and structuring rules and guidelines. I aspire to provide a safe and positive environment for my future students, but this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm their friend. I may struggle with the moral aspect in implementing the right versus wrong standard. I hope that I can be a good example as to what is right and wrong and set reasonable expectations for my students. All of this can be difficult when implementing freedom into the classroom, though. The text says that students should have freedom. I just need to find the right balance between discipline, freedom, and fun as well. Chapter 9 goes over some similar points. I think that in many cases, I have witnessed teachers lacking in the area of social, loving, and merciful. I do get the sense that my professors here at Biola do bear the image of Christ and act accordingly, but in high school, I did notice that some of the teachers didn't care about the relationships they created with students. They were not very kind to students, and they didn't extend a lot of mercy. I've even heard of professors here not extending a lot of mercy or grace to their students quarantined with COVID. Some professors don't give their students the option to Zoom into class, and so I have found that many teachers I've been around are purposeful and creative, though, and I could go on and on and on about the long hours. My parents talk to their colleagues about lesson plans and how to perfect them and how to accommodate all of the students in their classroom. The greatest challenge in fulfilling the roles of a prophet as described in chapter 19 are being knowledgeable rather than interpreting and including bias in conclusions. It can also be challenging to know lots about the Bible, but portray your faith in other ways for your public school kiddos. In regards to the priest, I think connecting relationally with all your students and not falling into the brokenness of hearing and adjusting to everyone's needs can be hard, especially for first-time teachers who may be completely and utterly overwhelmed just with teaching content alone. The role of the king can be hard in, quote, maintaining control and asserting authority.